Hello everyone and welcome back to Exam Ignite YouTube channel. This is the part 2 video of the module 1. If you have not watched the part 1 video, please go back and watch the module 1 part 1 video and get back to this video. Here I'll be explaining the ethics in engineering research and the ethics in engineering research practice, the types of research misconduct, which is one of the most important question and expected in the exam, then the ethical issues related to authorship. So you can see it is repeated in all the papers, the last two topics. So let's get started. Next, note on the ethics in engineering research. So here, meaning of ethics is it is something a set of rules that is distinguishing the acceptability and the unacceptability of a conduct. So here it is says that what is right from wrong, or otherwise what is wise from unwise. So this is a principle. It is used for evaluation, proportion, and the interpretation of the laws. So ethics are not laws, but actually they follow ethics as ethics represents the shared values. It's about values. So research ethics and responsible conduct of research. Here the government bodies and universities have adopted a code of research ethics. So this examines the appropriate application of the research outcome. Here you can say this deals with how the research work is undertaken. So two terms are often anonymously used interchangeably in this. Ethics in the engineering research practice. It is means it provides a rule book for deciding what is acceptable and not, as I said. So here it is about technological development, and researchers make ethical choices that influence the effects of technology. Then how does ethical influence by engineering researchers? So firstly, ethical requirement. By setting up a ethically right requirements at out the outset, researchers can influence the technology effects. Next comes ethical design decisions. So influence is applied through design, which translates the requirement into a blueprint. So during the blueprint, priority of the requirement is decided, consider ethical aspects. Next, choice of alternatives. Researchers must choose between different alternatives, fulfilling the similar functions. Next, it's responsibility and safety. This may be unintended and undesired side effects, research outcomes. So, researchers have a vital ethical responsibility to minimize these types of hazards or risks. Safer alternatives should be considered when it is possible, and it should include safety factors and multiple independent safety barriers or a supervisory mechanism, the design which is proposed. Next comes the types of research misconduct and provide a brief explanation for each one. So this was asked in a model question paper 1. In the 2, it is explain the fabrication and falsification and plagiarism related to engineering research. They may ask like this also, a short note on the research misconduct or the types of research misconduct and briefly explain them. First, you should know what is research misconduct. So it is research misconduct should be conducted to improve the state of art of technologies. So here research integrity includes there should be fairness. There should be honest in the methods and results, and replicating results, protecting the research subjects, and ensuring the laboratory safety. These are all should be included in a research. So peer review should be carried out before publishing the research output to prevent the mistakes. So despite these, there are different types of research misconduct that are happening. So first one is fabrication. The first is it is nothing but act of conjuring the data or the experiments without actually performing them. You have not conducted the experiment, but you are writing the result, what you have got it. That is what about fabrication. So you are assuming that this may be the outcome, belief of knowing the conclusion before doing it hand. So fabrication may occur due to the timeline pressure. So this occurs only majorly because you're having low time from the supervisors or the customers. Next is the falsification. It is inappropriate alteration of data. That is, this involves misinterpretation or misrepresentation or illegitimate alteration of the data or experiments. Here, data is altered to support the desired hypothesis. You have got something in the experiment and the desired output is different. So you're altering yourself. So even when the actual result suggests otherwise, so without actually knowing what actually should be the result, you are changing it. So fabrication as well as this falsification, they hamper the engineering research. They introduce a false data into the literature. They destroy the truthworthiness that is obtained, then increases the costs as they show the false data, and then it delays the technical advancement. So misleading the data may also rise to the poor experimental design or incorrect measurement. Last one is plagiarism. This is taking others work without attribution. That is, it occurs when one user or reuses the other's work. You are using some others have already developed something and you are using that without acknowledgement. So it includes copying text, you're copying somebody's text, copying data, tables, figures, illustration, their concepts, etc. Self-plagiarism. Means it is reusing the own published work and is unacceptable. So though you have published already something, you're using the same content to publish the another in the another name. So this is called self-plagiarism. Availability of online content may ensure the plagiarism but also enables automated detection. This tool is only a similarity score, not the conclusion proof. Some of the other aspects of the research misconduct are serious deviation from the accepted research conduct are considered as misconduct. When there is a deception or damage or both present, it is called as fraud. Next is simultaneous submission of same article. Two of them are submitting at the same to the multiple journals violates the publication ethics. Next is errors found in the publication work are often not reported publicly unless corrected by the another researcher. Next is what are the key ethical issues related to authorship, explain each of them. This was given in all the papers, the same question. Firstly, you should write what is authorship in engineering research. It is nothing but academic authorship involves communicating scholarly work, establishing the priority of discoveries, building the peer reputation. This authorship, it carries an intrinsic responsibility for the content of work. So there are several research conducts and the issues connected to the authorship in the engineering research. What are the ways of giving credit in the research publication? We are having three major ways. One is authorship of the intended publication. Second is citation of the previously published or presented work. Then writing the acknowledgement of the inputs to present the research. So firstly, what are the ethical issues that are related to this authorship? And legitimate authorship. Here, authorship establishes both accountability and due credit. For example, a person should be listed as an author only if there is a significant contribution in the researching design, in the data interpretation, in writing the paper. If he contribute to all of these three only, then he has to be given as authorship. Next is career boost authorship. So this refers to giving the bogus co-authorship to students or junior faculties, like a supporting one who contributes to the work. This is done to what? To improve the hiring or to improve the promotion prospects without actual contribution. They're not giving fully, but they are contributing a little. Next year is career preservation authorship. This includes adding the department heads, that is HODs, or the administrator has co-authors. This is done as what? Quid pro quo arrangement, it is called, where the authors gain good relationship. The administrator gains authorship without work. So the author will gain a good relationship with the HODs, and this administrator will gain authorship without doing any work. Next is ghost co-authorship. This occurs when actual contributor is excluded from the author list. The actual who one contributed is excluded. This may happen due to the undisclosed conflict of interest within the organization. Due to some conflicts that occur internally may lead to this type of ghost co-authorship. Next is responsibility of a listed author. So who are all the authors that are listed? They have fully obliged for the contents of the research article. These authors must be aware of the journal submissions by corresponding author, though the consent and the agreement of all the authors must be taken before submission or doing any changes to that work. Double submission. This refers to submitting the paper to the forum simultaneously. This increases the publication chances or reduces time to publication. Now, reputed journal discourage this and expect them to originally unpublished work. Thus, you can say ethical authorship requires honest attribution, accountability, consent, and originality, ensuring the integrity in the engineering research publications. So, this comes to the end of the module 1. I hope both the part 1 and part 2 is clear for you. That's all for this video. If the explanation has helped you, please do like the video and subscribe to Exam Ignite YouTube channel. This subject is important for the exam, so make sure you continue this next part in the playlist. And thank you for watching. Let's move on to the next module.